Some of the most beautiful colours ever put on canvas were created from ingredients so hazardous they could poison, cripple, or quietly kill the artists who used them. These pigments looked breathtaking, yet the reality behind them was far darker than the colours themselves. Starting with lead white. It is the foundation of Western painting. Creamy, bright, ideal for smooth skin, glowing highlights, and layered portraits. But it was a slow destroyer. Lead dust caused tremors, confusion, hallucinations, infertility, and nerve damage. The symptoms were so common they had a name: painter's colic. Some workshops tried to limit its use once apprentices repeatedly sickened, but giants like Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Rubens refused to give it up. Their techniques relied so heavily on it that the pigment became part of their artistic identity. Lead white's dangers were well known, but nothing matched its handling, so it lingered far longer than it should have. Emerald green. Emerald green was a sensation, a glowing supernatural green that made landscapes pop and fashion shimmer. Its secret ingredient, arsenic. Even small flakes from paint or wallpaper could poison the air. The more it glowed, the more dangerous it became. Many painters abandoned it as soon as sickness began appearing in homes decorated with arsenic green walls, but others clung to it. Toulouse-Lautrec adored the green and continued using it in posters long after its dangers were public knowledge. And in Victorian society, dresses, hats, even fake flowers used it. People willingly wore powdered arsenic. Eventually, the poison became impossible to ignore, and safer greens replaced it. But not before countless artists and fashionable Victorians suffered for that luminous colour. Vermilion. Vermilion was the red of power. Rich, deep, almost glowing. From imperial robes to sacred altarpieces, it was everywhere. Its creation involved mercury sulfide, and grinding it released toxic dust. Colour makers experienced headaches, tremors, and cognitive decline. Some painters switched to alternatives when synthetic reds arrived, but many masters held fast. Titian, Raphael, Rubens, and Goya relied on vermilion for its unmatched intensity. They continued using it even after evidence of its toxicity was impossible to ignore. In the end, vermilion didn't vanish, but painters welcomed safer reds the moment they appeared. Mummy brown. At first glance, mummy brown was just a beautiful warm shade. Soft, transparent, perfect for shadows and delicate skin tones. But the shock came from its ingredients, actual ground-up Egyptian mummies, all pulverized into paint. Not toxic, just deeply disturbing. Some artists recoiled immediately. Edward Burne-Jones famously staged a tiny funeral for his tube of mummy brown once he found out what was in it, burying it in his backyard. But others couldn't care less. Several artists kept using it, praising its qualities even after learning the truth. In the end, supply, not morality, killed mummy brown. When mummy imports ran dry, the colour quietly disappeared. These pigments may be gone, but the stories behind them linger like ghosts in the galleries. Every bright highlight and vivid shadow hints at a time when paint could betray the very hands that used it.